Hey guys, it's NCD Bryce Gallo here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2020 Battle for the White House chess set. Since today is Election Day in the United States of America, November 3rd, I thought it would be fitting to take a look at one of the chess sets that I own. It has a bunch of notable figures for each political party. For both the Republicans and the Democrats. Those are the parties that are included in this set. So we will be taking a close look at all of the individual pieces, but for now, let's take a quick look at the box. So here we have the chess set. The king and queen are up to 3 inches tall. There is a certificate of authenticity included, and we have the presidential candidates for the Republicans and for the Democrats. My set, we purchased it back around December of 2019, and back then the Democratic candidates had not yet been named. So what we have are the Republican president, Donald Trump, and Pence, and then we also have a bunch of other notable Republican figures. And again, for the Democrats, we have a bunch of notable Democratic figures, but the presidential nominee and the vice presidential nominee had not yet been named, so they are not included in my set. However, if you do go to the site now, they will give you Kamala Harris and Joe Biden as the 2 characters there if you want to play with the full set. Other than that, it is a limited edition collectible set. It comes with a certificate of authenticity, and all of the pieces are included here. We have Obama, Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, Bader Ginsburg, Sotomayor, and the presidential nominee for the Democrats, along with the vice presidential candidate for the Democrats. They don't have the figures in here because at the time they didn't have them made yet. For the Republicans, we have Trump, Pence, Bush, I don't know, Cheney, Roberts, Kavanaugh, McConnell, and McCarthy. And then the board looks something like this. It is a fold-out board, has all the different squares, and the board is over 1.5 feet wide, so that's quite interesting. But enough talk and looking at the box, let's open this thing up and check out what we have. Alright, so in here we have the board. Take a look at that, put that aside for the moment. Have a little plastic tray with all of the different figures. This is the Republican side. Here we have all of the Democratic pieces. Very nice looking in blue plastic. And we have some papers in here. So this shows you that, in my set at least, they didn't have the candidates yet. This just explains how you order the additional pieces. But if you want to go purchase it for yourself, you go to www.complete2020.com and you can order your 2 characters for the Democratic Party. I have a certificate of authenticity. Take a look at that if you want. Pause the video if you want to read it. Backside is just blank. And here we have chessboard setup and instructions. So if you want to read this, you can pause the video or slow it down, whatever you want. It shows you the basic setup of the pieces. Basic chess rules, special moves, capturing, check, and the end of the game, so it'll explain to you exactly how to play this, and some more information on the back. Pop this all back in here, and let's take a look at the actual pieces. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Democratic pieces first. So again, it comes in this plastic container, and the pawns for the Democratic Party are little donkeys. So let's get a nice good look at that. So these pieces, the bottom is made out of a hard plastic. Hopefully you can hear that. And then the pieces are made out of a kind of rubbery material, so they do bend a little bit, but they're pretty hard. So these things are going to be quite durable. The set comes with 8 of these, 8 pawns. For the Democrats, we have all these little donkeys. And then here for the knights, we have Chuck Schumer. Little gold painting on it. As far as I know, it is not real gold. And we have these kind of rubbery pieces. You can see his leg bends a little bit. Chuck Schumer. And then the other knight, we have Nancy Pelosi. We have Nancy Pelosi sitting on a donkey. Next, we have the bishops. Bishops for the Democrats are going to be Sonia Sotomayor. I do not know how to pronounce these names very well, but we have her standing right next to an American flag. These are the bishops. And then here we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She is also standing next to an American flag. Nice little details put onto the figurines. They look very nice. And again, these are all made out of like rubbery pieces. Next, we have the rooks. The first rook we'll look at is Barack Obama. Barack Obama sitting in a little chair. And the next guy is Joe Biden, who actually turns out to be the Democratic Party candidate, but they have not yet put him onto the presidential nominee podium. So, if you do purchase the set now, he will come standing on this podium. For the presidential candidate, they get a little stand and then they'll put the character there. But for my set, Joe Biden is a rook. I don't know if they'll replace him in the set, replace his character on the rook for a different person. So, presidential candidate is here. And then the Democratic candidate will be standing at a smaller podium. So these are the Democratic pieces. And now we'll take a look at the Republican Party. So here we have the Republican Party, and for the pawns, they have little elephants instead of donkeys. It's the party's animal. Nice little elephant here. And the set comes with 8 of these. All of them are identical. And then for the knights in this set, we have Kevin McCarthy sitting on an elephant. All of these figurines have a lot of detail put into them. You can see even the ripples in their clothing. They also have quite a lot of detail on the faces, but you can't really see that here on the camera. But they do have pretty incredible faces and lots of details on these, which is nice. And the other knight for the Republican Party is Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell also sitting on an elephant. Get a full 360 view, top-down view. And then for the bishops, for the Republican Party, we have Brett Kavanaugh. Got him standing here next to an American flag. These pieces are separate, secured into the base right there. Brett Kavanaugh. And the second bishop is John Roberts. So he's also standing here, depicted next to an American flag. Lots of detail put onto these little guys. And then the rooks are going to be Dick Cheney, sitting in an armchair similar to the Democratic. Another interesting thing is, unlike the other pieces, they all have smooth brims, smooth around the edges. Here on the rooks, for both parties, it's got these little notches in here to kind of resemble the rooks in normal chess. So that also will help you differentiate between the pieces. And then the other rook is George W. Bush. So we have him also sitting in an armchair with his leg over his knee. And then for the final pieces in this set, we have the Vice President, Michael Pence. So for the Democratic Party, they'll also have their candidate standing up next to a podium, just like this. And the two pieces are actually separate. You should be able to see that there. So this piece is one, the podium is the second. We have Mike Pence. This is the Queen. Vice President is going to be the Queen for both parties. And here we have the President, current President Donald Trump. But we will see tonight who is the new president in 2020. But at the time of filming, this is the president. So Donald Trump standing next to his podium. Again, these pieces are separate. One part and then a second part. I guess the base is a third part. All right, so let's stick these on the board and see how they look. So here is the board, the first look at the board. It's very shiny, very glossy. You can see my ring light in the reflection. But this is the premise of the board. It's just got stars on the corners, tells you which side is which. We have the Democrats here. And then if you rotate it around, we have the Republican side here. Now, I'm not sure which side is supposed to be white and which side is supposed to be black. I think it can, change depending on however you want to set it up. But just always make sure you have the light square in the bottom right corner if you want to set up the board correctly. And then also the king piece. Here we have Donald Trump. And for the Democrats, we have the podium. Republicans, we have Donald Trump. These are the kings. They go on the opposite of their color. So this base is red color. We don't want it to go there. We'll put the king on the light square, and same thing for the Democratic Party. Put the kings on the opposite colors. Then for the queens, we have Mike Pence and the other podium. You always put the queen on her colors, so just like so. It's a little bit off camera. Let's get it there. Perfect. So I'll just go ahead and set this up and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, so here we have the full board all set up. So bring this in for a little bit of a closer view. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and my product review. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel down below for more helpful and informative chess videos along with some product reviews. Make sure you cast your ballot today and make your voice count. This is a big election 2020 and I hear we have record numbers of voters, so don't be afraid to head out to the polls and vote for your candidate. Alright, thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care and stay healthy. Bye.